Good afternoon.
Come on in. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Valerie and I have been working really hard to expand Voltix Motors, but we've been running into some trouble. So we wanted to bring in you guys, the experts, to help us navigate these challenges.
Exactly. As you both know, our company is based in Germany and we manufacture electric sedans, SUVs, and battery technology. We have a strong presence in international markets, but right now we're facing barriers that are slowing down our expansion.
That's understandable. The electric vehicle industry is highly competitive, and different countries have trade policies that can either help you or hinder your business. Can you tell us more about what you're seeing, like the obstacles?
Yeah, I've got one written right here. One major issue that we're facing is tariffs on our vehicles. For instance, in the United States, imported cars are subject to 2.5% tariff. That means our vehicles become more expensive compared to locally manufactured EVs.
That's a significant cost increase. Have you also checked the tariff policies in China? Since it's one of the largest EV markets, their import duties on foreign vehicles could make a huge difference in your pricing strategy.
Yeah, that's something we need to analyze further. Another concern is non-tariff barriers. We've noticed that some countries have strict regulations on battery components. For example, the EU has the REACH regulation that imposes high safety and environmental standards.
Yes, and technically barriers like that can delay market entry. If you're using materials that don't comply with local regulations, you might have to redesign or modify your batteries before selling those in the market.
That's a great point. Another non-tariff barrier should watch for is local content requirements. Some governments require a certain percentage of a vehicle's component to be sourced domestically. This could affect your operations in places like Brazil, where local content rules apply in other industries.
Yeah, that will be a major obstacle since we currently import lithium from Chile and Australia, semiconductors from Taiwan and South Korea, and aluminum and steel from Canada and Sweden.
So, what strategies do you recommend for overcoming these barriers? Should we consider setting up assembly plants in some of our major export markets, or what should we do?
Well, that's definitely one option. Setting up local assembly plants can help you bypass important tariffs and meet local content requirements. Many car manufacturers assemble vehicles in different countries to qualify for subsidies and tax benefits.
Also, you could also negotiate joint ventures with local companies. Partnering with a domestic manufacturers allows you to share costs and gain access to government incentives.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are there any specific countries where this strategy would work best?
Well, the US and China would be ideal places to start. The US offers EVs subsidies that could make your cars more affordable if you produce them locally. In China, partnering with a local automaker could help you navigate their strict trade policies.
One of our concerns is supply and chain stability. We rely on lithium, semiconductors, and metals from various countries, but there are risks associated with each of these materials.
Absolutely. Battery supply chain constraints are a major issue right now. If lithium prices rise or exports from Chile and Australia slow down, you could face production delays.
That same applies with semiconductors from Taiwan and South Korea. The global semiconductor storage has already affected many industries, and it's something you should plan for.
What can we do to protect ourselves from these risks?
Diversifying suppliers is key. Instead of relying solely on a few countries, try to secure multiple suppliers from lithium and semiconductors. You can also invest in battery recycles to reduce dependence on raw materials.
Are there any other specific barriers that we should be worried about right now?
Yes, anti-dumping duties could become a concern. If countries accuse you of selling vehicles below market value, they might impose extra duties to protect their local automakers. The EU has anti-dumping duties on Chinese steel, and something similar could happen in the EV market.
Another risk is export quotas. Some governments limit the numbers of foreign products that can enter their market. The US has quotas on sugar, and meanwhile, EVs don't face this yet is something that you should keep your minds on.
Okay, Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our secretary just brought us some food. Like, we wanted to have a nice meal while we're here.
Should we stop right now? We can
Yeah,
continue
sure.
later.
It sounds good.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go.
Okay, come on. The food's here.
Oh my god, great.
Well, guys, this has been incredibly helpful. But to summarize, let me see if I've got this right. So, our next step should be first, exploring local assembly options in key markets like the US and China. Then we've got building partnerships with local manufacturers to qualify for government incentives. Third, we've got diversifying our supply chain to reduce risk from lithium and semiconductor shortages. Then we've got keeping an eye on anti-dumping policies to avoid unexpected tariffs. That's what Mariana and Julian said, right?
Yes.
And we should also review trade agreements and regulations in all of our export markets. That way we can anticipate new trade barriers before they become a problem for us.
Yeah.
That's a solid plan. If you need further analysis, we can help with market research and policy tracking. And we can also monitor government incentives that could benefit your expansion.
Yes, thank you so much for your insights. This was incredible. This was exactly what we needed for our company. Thank you for your wise words of advice. So yeah, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. This is my card if you need anything in the future.
Okay, thank you. I'll give you a call if anything. So I'll be in contact.
Thank you.
so much. This is the way out.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a nice day. You too.